Hi, my name is Philip Reed, and I am the President and CEO of Phoenix National Business Group. Today, I'm going to give a presentation as to what my company does, what we stand for, and what we are about. Phoenix National Business Group is an online marketing, media, and production company that produces websites, professional social media platforms, and online video productions for companies, places of worship, and entrepreneurs. Our programs also includes a unique series of talk shows and online events that empower the public with information that will improve their lives, with positive, uplifting messages reflecting the love of God and His vision of grace and restoration for the world. We have and are pulling together a network of entrepreneurs and leaders that seek to change the world with the fundamental belief that without hope, dreams die. Not only do we develop and produce these programs, we also establish platforms for distribution through our social media presence, which has thousands of viewers throughout the internet. We also have our own channel, PNN, Phoenix National Network, that goes out to millions of people across the world on Roku and Amazon TV. Our motto is, when you win, we win, because we believe in helping normal people and businesses do extraordinary things by developing, creating, and publishing their ideas to the world. This is what Phoenix National Business Group does, and we do it proudly. If you would like more information about the services and products that we offer, please feel free to visit our website at phoenixnationalbusinessgroup.com, or you can give us a call at 914-297-PNBG. That is 914-297-7624. We do look forward to hearing from you, and see you soon. Phoenix National Business Group is now offering their online services on Roku and Amazon TV for only $99.99 per month. This is a limited time offer, so give us a call at 914-297-7624 for more information, or visit our website at phoenixnationalbusinessgroup.com. That is phoenixnationalbusinessgroup.com. See you soon.
All right, we are back. It is about time. You know, we have now our wonderful guest. It's not a guest anymore. You can't be a guest, right? I mean, that's like
part of the family now.
Yeah, you're part of you're already a part of our group. So it's like, I don't know what to say. It's Karen. Hey, Karen, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? All right?
Doing great.
And of course, we have Oscar.
Hi, Oscar.
Here I am, back by popular demand.
You know,
yes.
I'll just keep saying that till it's true.
What?
I'll just keep saying that till it's true. I'm back by popular demand.
Well, we're going to work on that. We'll work.
I've been thrown out of better places.
Yeah, we've put you in the waiting room before. You know that, right? It's like your nice, cozy little couch in there. But Karen has
And you
always good
said
to
you
have.
wanted one of these mailed to you?
Oh yeah.
Hey,
All right.
hey.
Uh-oh. Ah, I
That's the
got back
80/20
up.
rule.
That might bring us to our topic of the day.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're going to talk about the 80/20 rule. I'm not sure too much about what that is. So I'm going to ask Karen to explain that real quick.
Sure. It can be the 80/20 rule is a universal truth. So it can be applied to many different aspects of our daily life, from the food we eat to the money we spend. So it could be either a balance or an imbalance, is often seen in different scenarios. Like, let's just say in business, 20% of the sales professionals, what do? They make 80% of the sales
Oh,
in
nice.
a company, in a business, right? And then another business analogy would be, so for 80% of the total profits, you rely on 20% of your customers. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Very.
and even in food, like 80% of the beer is drunk by 20% of the customers coming to the store. And it's always been that 80/20 rule. It's called the Pareto principle, and I'm trying to look for what his the guy's real the Pareto principle named after, and I can't find his name. But
It's the Pareto principle. Isn't his name Pareto?
Yes, I'm trying to remember his first name.
Yeah, it's from Italy.
Yes,
And yep.
Vilfredo. That's why I can't write it. Vilfredo Pareto.
Okay, well, that sounds very Italian.
You think?
1896, he figured this out.
Yeah. So there's another analogy too. So like in technology, I thought this was really interesting when I was doing some research on this. And so 20% of the reported software bugs are caused by 80%, or causes 80% of the software crashes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Doesn't that make sense to you with
Yes.
technology? And you think about it personally too. So you have in your closet, you have all of these clothes, right? So 80% of the time you actually grab 20% of your wardrobe.
That is true. Because there are some clothes in my wardrobe. Like, for instance, this hoodie is like, we just got this maybe 3 months ago, but it's now become like my favorite garment.
Yeah, like your go-to.
It's like my go-to. Exactly.
And
So
that's pretty much, that's the rule. So it's almost like your go-to.
That and the fact that you don't get into the clothes that are in your picture size. So yeah.
Okay, we'll just kind of skip over that.
Yeah, thank you, Karen. I really appreciate that. We have actually somebody other than Oscar that I can talk to on the program. This makes me feel so good to know that.
Okay, so let's then go into relationships, right?
Okay.
So, going on the Pareto principle of 80/20. So most of the time you're like, when you have a relationship with a man and woman together, or your significant other or your partner, you kind of want to be with that person 100% of the time. But to actually make that relationship work, you can't expect this person, or the person that you're living with or your partner, to be 100%. So that 20/80/20 rule then applies to the 20% where you should be out self-caring. So going to the gym, going to almost like having your own identity, your own hobbies, your own life. So your own activities, really. So you can't expect that one person to be 100% of who you are. So you have to be your own person. So again, that's that was kind of interesting too, that I was researching. And then when it comes to time management, I thought this one is always pretty funny. But 20% of your efforts produce 80% of the results.
Wow.
20% of your certain efforts produce 80% of the results.
That is interesting. So if you're doing something and you make an effort to switch your paradigm, then basically whatever you get up to 80% is what you're going to be successful at.
Right. So you can put your efforts in a couple of different things.
Oh, right. That's true. Now, what if I'm trying to get an understanding, right? I'm the guy that doesn't know much about it. So 80-20 is that a proven rule, or is it just more of like speculative, experimental?
It's a law.
Theory,
Yeah.
right?
It's a law. It'll let's say you got 10 people working in an office.
Mhm.
80% of the work is going to be done by that top 20
Yep,
people.
exactly. So just like we
Always.
talked about in your closet, your go-to is about 20% of your closet. You have a full closet. You have 100% in your closet, but most of those 80% could be special occasion stuff, or
Mhm.
most of the 20% is what you go to.
Okay, so the 80 doesn't have to be all good. It's like the 80-20 is just basically how your life is usually split with your priorities per se.
Actually, it's not even, it's life in general. It's life in a whole picture, because businesses run that way as well.
Right. So if you are so 20% of your focus could be of what you're focusing on could be more effective than 80% of what you're doing.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm a genius. I'm a genius. You hear that, Oscar?
You're a legend in your own mind. Yes.
I feel like the light bulb just went off in my brain, and
I saw it.
and you saw that, right? You saw it's like my head started to glow. Wait, oh, I have no hair. That's why. Okay.
All right. Okay, so let's move on to reaching fitness goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which relates to working out. So if you're working out, let's say 80% at low intensity, and then you're working out for, let's say, 60 minutes, right? So you go 40 minutes on low intensity, then your 20 minutes goes into high intensity. So you're working even like the HIIT, HIIT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's high interval something training.
Yes, exactly. High interval transition.
I will look that up as
Okay. Anyway, so so like you're working out 80% of the time low intensity, and the 20% is high intensity. That is where you're actually going to get best results.
Got it.
And then when it comes to lifestyle, mindful eating, right? So we want to focus on 80% eating healthy foods, and then your 20%, Oscar, brownie,
Yes.
less healthy foods.
Hint, hint, Oscar, brownie, check.
What?
Yeah. So this is my recommendation when I'm working with clients and friends, that, when you're working on that 80-20 rule and you feel like, what, it's not working for me, or I'm stuck, then I encourage people to go 90-10.
Got it.
Yeah. Just to kind of step it up. Yeah. So when you're working on that 80-20, you can, eat good during the week, and on the weekends be a little bit more flexible. And also, avoids deprivation, where it's almost like that feeling like, oh, I can't have something, so I want it. And, my philosophy is actually not taking away things from people as far as eating goes, because I don't believe in that. I believe, like my tagline says, it's not about dieting, it's about, living. So you got to live. And that's really what I believe the 80-20 rule is for when it comes to eating and lifestyle.
All right.
But-
So I looked it up. It's HIIT, high intensity interval training.
Okay, okay, so it's high.
Yeah, it's HIIT.
Yeah.
I thought it was two T's, but it's not. It's intense interval training.
HII.
Ha!
Yep.
Got it.
Height.
Yeah, no, and also what you were talking about, a lot of people do that crazy starvation diet, and their body says, I need a brownie just to make sure that everything's okay. So that cutting everything out of your life, it gives your body a starvation response, and it goes against trying to actually lose weight or get fit.
Right, because then it goes into muscle. It goes into muscle atrophy, which is, you lose the muscles in your legs or arms.
Yeah, no, that's a very good question, because well, like in February, right before COVID hit, I had surgery on my knee, and so it just feels like my muscles are developing differently, because my knee doesn't feel, even though it's been a while, my knee doesn't feel like 100%, like it was. So that muscle development, I need to focus on that, like primarily to make sure that the muscle is being developed, for that. But what would you recommend, to like maybe speed that process up a bit, maybe?
So when you have like surgeries or what the heck is that? Oh, it's a plug. I would recommend, using bromelain, which is also the core of the pineapple. That will help with healing. But for working out, you are going to physical therapist, right? You see physical therapist?
I was, but now I don't. Yeah, now it's like, yeah.
You're on your own.
Yeah, I'm on my own. Yeah.
Okay, so then you want to, stationary bike.
Okay. Yes, I do have that. We got that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Rebounder,
Yeah.
something that's low stress,
Low impact.
low impact. Right?
Impact. Okay.
Rebounder. I guess so.
What is a rebounder?
It's a little tiny trampoline. It's a little like personal sized trampoline.
Oh, really?
It's great for cleaning your lymph nodes out. It does a whole bunch of fun stuff.
A trampoline cleans your lymph nodes out?
Yes.
Yep. Because of the
Really?
yeah.
Did not know that.
Well, this is why Karen is on, so we can discuss stuff like this.
That is incredible. Wow.
Your lymph, unlike your heart that pumps blood, lymph doesn't have a pump.
Right.
So it kind of gets stagnant and especially now, that everybody's just sitting and in front of their TV and laptops and doing Zoom all day long, your lymph doesn't move and it just collects all the garbage, and that's where you get swollen lymph nodes and all this other stuff.
I can picture everyone going out right now buying a trampoline just to make sure that their lymph nodes are healthy.
That is really so important, actually. I mean, if anything that you can do to help your immune system, rebounding is amazing for that. Just because you are getting the lymph going, and yeah, because when we're sitting, I mean, thanks for bringing that up, Oscar, because that is really something that people don't think about. A trampoline, and that will actually help with your knee. It will, because of the low impact that your bones and your joints and your ligaments will have to heal.
Yeah, exactly. And the one thing that they talked to me about was it healing properly. Like, because if I don't move it around, if I don't stay active, because I work from home now, so this is mainly what I'm doing, and I'm around a computer 90% of the time. So it's like I need to get that 80-20 balance going, kind of switch it up a little bit, to make sure that my body stays mobile And so now I've incorporated like walking and things like that. But it's important for us to stay active.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, and you got the bike too, but just adding that rebounder in will be, even like if anyone has room for, I mean, a rebounder is not that big. And so, it's really easy to just get, and yeah, exactly. Look how,
Can you guys see it?
yep.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yes, and they're all sorts of different prices. I don't want to, they're real expensive ones, and then there's like,
Oh, so they're like
less
little ones
expensive.
that you just kind of like,
Yeah, they're personal. They're
you have a handle on it,
jump
and
up and down on it. You do all sorts of, the handle is good in case you're off balance.
I would
But
recommend always getting a handle, just because there are so many things that can happen if you don't have one. There's instances where you could, have low blood pressure, where you could fall. So I always recommend getting a handle.
Wow. Yeah, that is like incredible.
Yeah,
That's something that was a need to know. Need to know. All right. Yay.
awesome.
I'm glad everybody's watching this program because I just learned something.
I could drag the laptop out to the living room and show you my rebounder, but I have one with a handle.
See that. I don't see. We don't want to see the belly like flopping up and down.
That's why I don't have a belly that flops up and down.
Yeah. I don't have a belly either, especially when I'm on Zoom.
Yeah, only on Zoom.
It's like right here. It's actually a 6-pack, but nobody. Yeah.
I've given up on a 6-pack. I'm going right for the keg. The hell with the 6-pack. Look at that.
Hey.
Karen's going to yell at us again.
I know, right? She's like, boys.
Focus.
Frank.
That was Frank's program on Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh, where is Frank? Where are you? So, ultimately we without our health, guess what? We will not keep or achieve wealth.
Right.
So you've got to be healthy to share, to achieve wealth.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think well.
Yeah, all of this week kind of like has been going around the ideas and the focus of, how you have to bring balance to, how you bring balance to everything. And I think some people may not think, well, why are we talking about focus, and why are we talking about, we understand eating healthy, but how does all of this in one, summary, affect my life or my business life or my personal life? And truth be told, if you don't have all these things in play, if you don't have that, you don't understand how the 80-20 rule works, you don't understand how these things affect your core life, you won't understand why you may be missing the mark on meeting your goals. If your focus is off, if you're constantly distracted, if you have a sugar high and you're like, all over the place, or you drop when you don't want to, you're in the middle of your biggest project and you don't have the energy level to sustain it. Your boss is looking at you like, come on, this should have been done yesterday. And, you can't, your energy balance is totally off. So you can't even really finish your project because you got that sugar high and that sugar drop all throughout your day, and so, these programs are relevant because we have to learn how to, take care of ourselves in that way, mentally, physically, all the way around.
That just reminds me of, I always love this, coming back to this phrase, I guess, if you don't change, you will become extinct. And, from that too, you always know that there are 3 types of people: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what happened. So, the 80-20 rule is is definitely a daily, something you should be thinking about every time you make a decision.
Right.
How's this going to affect my life? And then what 80-20 rule on your plate, so let's talk about that. So 80% of the food on your plate should be healthy or alkaline. And then you also have that 20% where it could be acid or, a brownie. So, all of the parts of our body, especially like our muscles, our brain, our heart, and our liver need energy to work. And it comes from the food that we eat. So, it's important to understand what you're putting into your body.
Yeah, there was a program that we had that we were talking about how our body actually breaks food down as well. I think we did that during our health and wellness series, right?
Yeah.
And so even though you might even be eating right, your body might not even be breaking the food down properly. So you have to kind of think about what you're taking in and how your body is processing it.
Right.
Am I right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, you absolutely got that right. And again, when you're eating, just make sure that you're chewing. Like, you have to really chew and macerate that food, because if you're just eating it whole, well, not whole, but you're just, shoveling it in and not really macerating it.
Couple of bites and swallow.
Yeah, exactly. That's not really eating. That's just shoving it in, and you're not actually going to get the minerals and vitamins that are in that food just because you're not breaking it down into the fiber parts. Like for that to happen, you need the enzymes and you need the acid from your mouth and your stomach to help with that.
Oh wow! So you need to give your body a chance to break it down.
Yeah.
Well, saliva is the first step to digestion.
Yes.
And if you don't, masticate or macerate enough, you're not allowing the saliva to touch every little piece of that food. So it's half of it is going in without the saliva starting to break down. And something we used to do in grade school that teacher said would take a saltine and put it in your mouth and hold it, and all of a sudden it'll start tasting sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Because your saliva breaks down the carbohydrates and it releases the sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So that we learned like in 4th grade.
Right, exactly. So the enzymes in our mouth are actually digestive enzymes, right? So it helps with the digestion part of it. So, and then it starts to get into your stomach, and then you have all the acid, and then that's when, food starts to get absorbed. The sugars actually starts to get absorbed, and the food that turns into sugar at that point in the small intestine. So that's when the blood glucose just skyrockets, especially if you're eating brownie or pasta or something like that.
Keeps bringing up that brownie.
I know. Well, it's part of the show today.
You're making
it's on the mind.
Now I'm thinking 80% of the time of brownies.
See?
So what let's see now. I know we're majoring on the 80-20 rule, right?
Yes.
So let's focus on that from the business perspective. Let's just say let's say you have a business. Now this area you should use that to kind of implement or strategize how each area of your business is functioning. How would you go about doing that for someone who is an entrepreneur, basically just starting out? They have their own business, but they're trying to apply this 80-20 rule. What would you say to them to navigate through that?
Right. So, okay. So before 12 o'clock, what are your 3 main goals that you have for either making money, reaching out to clients, cold or warm clients? And, what are you going to do for the first part of your day? And just focus on that part. Because after 12 o'clock or after that 2 o'clock, PM, it's really, sugar's hitting you by then. So you're going down. So it's really the morning hours and before 12 o'clock. So what are the 3 things you're going to do to, make yourself have income coming in, or, what are the 3 things you're going to raise, or 4 things that you're going to raise or do every day, actually. Excuse me. You can do something every day for the whole week. That could be another 80-20 rule, and then,
Right.
yeah. Then on the weekends, you kind of, look over what's transpired over all week and figure out, how can I be better? So
Wow.
those are some things, daily or weekly.
Yeah, I love that, because that's basically some of the stuff that I've been doing, throughout just my week, because Oscar, anyone who's an entrepreneur, if you don't plan your day, you're going to be sunk by Wednesday.
So
by Wednesday, you're wondering what's going on.
So we plan our days, and then I get a text at 4:30 in the morning from you. I'm like, I'm just about going to sleep now. Like, and that's planned. And like, oh man.
That's not really good time management.
Well,
it's quiet time. Right? There's not even birds are out. It's like,
so there are days every week I have a rotation as to where I put what. So most of the time, like my Mondays are my days where I make sure I set everything up for the week. And then throughout the week, I have my balance of, sleep and wake kind of a thing. But overall, I make sure that I have like what she was talking about. I make sure I have a functional week ahead of me that's planned out, so that when the week comes, I don't have to be trying to figure out how things are going to roll out. So it really, there's certain times where you have to make that extra, just like if you're giving birth to something, you have to make that extra push. Like, and then you go, okay, good. Now I can manage the rest of it.
It's funny. There's a great book called The 7 Levels of Communication. And in there, the guy says, have your entire week set up on Sunday to the point that what clothes you're going to wear every day.
Wow.
So you really free up your mind to do what you really have to do.
Right.
Like Monday I'm wearing, the black shoes with the black socks and the jeans and this, and just have it all in the closet laid out so it becomes routine. It's a really great way to start the week, knowing Sunday night you go to sleep knowing the week is already, everything's planned out.
And I'm as I'm thinking about this 80-20 rule, I'm saying to myself, 80%, some days you may have 80% planning, 20% action, right? Action plan. And then some days it's 80% action, 20%, kind of like planning aspect of it. You have to kind of create that rotation of balance, because if 80% of your week is all action with no planning, there's going to be a point where you're like, where am I in the process?
Why am I here again? Just went full circle.
It's like I've just did like a marathon, but nothing was accomplished, or you were just on like a treadmill and like, oh man, I'm busy. What's been done? Nothing.
Right, exactly. And you know what? That happens a lot.
Yeah.
It happens a lot. So that's why that action, the 80% or 20, you take your 20% of your time to 80% of the actions. No.
Yeah.
It's the other way. 80% of your time to do 20% of the actions.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely
it depends on where you are, right?
Right, exactly. It depends on where you are in your process. It's like, okay, so now, you know what? And this is what I love about Karen, because she always kind of like comes from this place of, are you thinking about what you're doing, right? And so I remember one time we had our session and she was talking about sleep. She's like, Phil, you need to make sleep a part of your priority. And I'm like, sleep? Who needs sleep?
Hey, listen, I sleep 8 hours. I sleep a full 8 hours, but not all in one night.
Right. Yeah. It's like, sleep. Who needs sleep? You see me fall asleep on the show. Like, okay. He needs sleep. That guy.
Yeah,
but I had to learn to kind of make sure I put that in there because I noticed that my focus is better when I have proper sleep.
Yeah.
So even though I may not get a full 8 hours on some days, I, like you said, I make sure I have my afternoon nap, and then, then I continue on to kind of make sure I complete everything else. But I admire the Europeans that do that. They have their, afternoon,
Fiesta.
time, fiesta, and then boom, they're
I'm-
ready. They're done again.
I'm doing my nap right after this session. I'm out for an hour.
Listen, Oscar, you work 24/7 too.
Yeah,
So-
but that's because I take a nap in the afternoon. So, 10, 11 o'clock, I'm like, it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon for me.
I don't know how you guys do it. I cannot do an afternoon nap. I'm like so cranky. Like I wish I could. I can't.
no,
Oh,
exactly,
it's
right?
It's an art. It comes from the European background. So it's just,
Well, okay. I can do like 15 minutes and be fine. Or 10
oh,
minutes.
no.
Really?
Yeah. Like if I can
Nice.
go out for like 10 minutes, I'm
Mhm.
good. It's like a second wind I got. But an hour,
Well, that-
no, I can't.
That happened
Yeah.
to me last night. I was down, just relaxing. I put on the TV. I fell asleep for 10 minutes at like 11:50. Woke up at midnight, went to bed, and then I got up and at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's like I really should get some sleep because I slept that 10 minutes. So it was a reset.
Yeah. hmm I know.
So before we go, I want Karen to take the next few minutes and just talk about the business that you're in, what you do, so that people can know how to reach you. I know I have the banner up with your information on there, but want to just tell the folks a little bit about what you do.
Sure. So I am a CEO and founder of Karen Mayo Enterprises, which is a wellness company. I'm an author of Mindful Eating and then Roots of Leadership. I do one-on-one coaching for health and nutrition. I work at the Amen Clinics as their nutritionist. I'm certified in hormone health and brain gut connection, which is the autoimmune. Personal trainer, sports nutritionist. And I am available via Skype, Zoom, and you can reach me at, I guess, right down below.
Yeah, exactly. Karen at
little blue oval.
KarenMayo.net. I have it memorized. You read
Nice.
that? I have it memorized.
Thank you.
Focus. Okay.
Frank, I'll tell Frank that we're really proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Me, I'm lost.
I am actually patting myself on the back right now. But yeah, folks, reach out to Karen because she can help you also with any part of your health aspect that you need to work out. I know personal testimonial. She's been working with my wife and myself, and it has been life-changing. So you need to take that on. If you've been stuck trying to figure out how to maintain your health, sometimes you need somebody that's going to guide you through the process. And the way to do that is to call Karen, all right, and have her help you out.
That's
and
been
walk you through that.
That's
Go ahead,
been our
Oscar.
theme. That's been our theme. Ask the experts. Save yourself time, money, and frustration.
It is the best way to go, man. It's the best way to go. If you don't know something, just admit you don't know. No need to pretend and then, endanger yourself by doing the wrong things. Like those lose 10 pounds in 5 minutes. Yeah, that's not really the more natural way to go. But again, as always, Karen, we're always appreciative of your information, and she's going to be back next week at the same time on the golf course. What? Yeah, she's going to be teeing off everybody, and I'm doing my baseball, like teeing off, right? Shows how much I know about golf. But she's going to be coming to
you
us.
still play t-ball, so it's okay.
What's that? What was that, Oscar?
Because you still play t-ball. They put the little ball on the on the little T so you can hit
Yeah,
it.
you know, I'm not ashamed of that. There
Whatever
is
it
no
takes.
shame. There is
Whatever
no
it takes.
shame in my game. Okay, there's no shame in my game. At least I
Man's
get
got
to
to
hit
know
the
his
ball.
limitations.
80-20.
Yes.
80-20. There you go. But we'll definitely see you guys again tomorrow. And we really enjoyed the programs today. We'll talk to everyone then. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.